Which app is so useful that you cannot believe it's free? Tell us what was your favorite story in the comments, and if you also have a story to share, leave it in the comments below. Let's get right into the video. Google Maps. Honestly, it's a lifesaver. Believe me, it's infinitely more profitable as free. Yep, they track where you go based on your information and sell that to companies for marketing. No such thing as a free lunch. Libby, coupled with your local library card, ebooks and audiobooks, delivered right to your phone or tablet. Also, Libby/Overdrive kicks Hoopla's butt. Hoopla app has more bugs than a rolled hollow piece of log. Meanwhile, my library is literally just now starting a contract with Hoopla instead of Overdrive. The disappointment. All trails. If you like adventure and hiking, this app tells you where a ton of hiking trails are in your area or anywhere you want to look up. It has over 50,000 trails around the world. It tells you how many miles the trail is, how difficult it is, the elevation gain, etc. There are pictures of the trails and users can leave reviews/experiences on the trail. You can get driving directions to the trailhead. It also provides a map of the trail itself, and you can use GPS on the trail if you prefer, so you don't get lost. It also tells you if the trails are dog friendly. For mountain biking, Trailforks is similarly awesome and free. For climbing, Mountain Project will give you a map of all the climbing routes in your area and everything you will need. Clue. Best period tracker ever. No stupid pink flowers, condescending shit about becoming pregnant and constant ads. Thank you. I've been using Flow, and if my period is off by a couple days it starts sending me notifications about being pregnant, which makes me so anxious I get sick, which makes me think I'm pregnant even more. I use Flow too, and if I'm late I get back quote don't forget to log your period. Like fuck off, you're literally a period app. Surely you're aware how common it is for them to be late. I've logged every month for years now, but you're right, I somehow forgot that I started bleeding out my vagina. Thanks for reminding me. YouTube Advanced. Seriously, got this a week ago and have no idea why I didn't earlier. One of my favorite things is you can turn videos to audio only and or lock the screen. Useful for podcasts on it that aren't posted on major podcast apps. Tiny Scanner. Scan everything as images or PDFs. Office Lens is better tbh. I have ScanBit. Can use the iPhone Note app for an excellent free scanner. How do? Open the Note app. Open a note or create a new one. Hit the plus and tell it scan away. Duolingo and my podcast app. Looks like you missed your Korean lesson. You know what happens now. Asterisk BACKDOOR camera TRIGGRED asterisk. If you are into TV shows and don't watch everything on your own Netflix, then TV Time is an amazing app to keep track of everything. Edit. They also just added a movie feature on there too. Just Watch is great for searching all streaming services. Another vote for Just Watch. So nice to be able to do a quick search and see what sites a show or movie is available on. Anki, a flashcard program that uses spaced repetition and supports a mind-boggling amount of methods for making cards. Edit. Unfortunately, desktop and Android are the free versions, but iOS is paid, in case you iPhone users are curious about getting it. The Android version is called Anki Droid on the Play Store. Edit 2. For those that can't or don't want to purchase the iOS version. /u/Stroudman pointed out that people using Apple devices can use Anki Web through their web browser without having to purchase and install the iOS app. As a medical student, Anki was my lifeblood during preclinical years. Too Good To Go. It's an app that restaurants use to put up food that'll just go to waste for mega cheap from the original price. I got a huge tub of gourmet sushi for £3 down from about £30-40. It's amazing, and it saves the planet. I guess this is only a European thing. I don't see it in the App Store in the US. iOS. I believe the US has strict laws, so they can't do it. Free domain free. WabitEmu. It's an emulator for Android for any Texas Instruments graphing calculator. You can add the software from anything from a T83 basic to a T89 plus CE. The best part is that the UI is a picture of the actual calculator, so all hotkeys and shortcuts you learned for your concrete T work on the app as well. Not to mention everything is exactly where you think it is. The app has the same capabilities as the actual calculator too. To my knowledge, everything in app is 100% free too. There may be a pro version somewhere that removes the extremely occasional ad. Skyview isn't exactly useful, but it's incredibly interesting. What does it do? By using the camera on your phone you can view constellations in the sky, locations of planets/stars and satellites. Just aim the camera, and it will show the constellations in real time. It's an interesting app. Foodcut. It's an app that gives you all the nutritional details on food and grades them based off of what's in them. Really great app for people trying to eat healthier. Reddit. It would be nice if it actually worked properly. I like Apollo, right? Whenever I post something it gets a negative score 1/10. MyFitnessPal. This is a good one. The free version is limited, but still extremely useful, and has a pretty good database of food. The free version is all I need. I'm just tracking calories. What exactly does the paid version do? The paid version gives you back the features that were once free. Before Under Armour bought it out, every premium service was standard, including exporting your data. Now you have to pay up for it. The plus side is those extra services are not essential for calorie counting. Photomath. It doesn't solve the actual difficult questions. I scanned a calculus question, and they said that feature was coming soon. It's kinda hilarious that technology has reached capabilities of scanning a mathematical equation and actually solving it in most cases, and we get upset when doesn't understand. Tinder. The best thing ever to crush my self-worth in just a few seconds. If you want to spend an exorbitant amount of time swiping through people you're completely incompatible with, then Tinder is great. No filtering based on race, height, or any of the hundreds of questions other platforms use to match you with others. Great job Match Group. Your most successful app is also your worst and most useless. It's because restricting you end up with a pool of 3 people, so it's kinda useless. If you've made it to this part of the video, write in the comments, "This cool is video." If you're hearing this message, it means you're a true OG. Come part of the family by smashing that subscribe button. Now, let's continue. Trello. Like holy shit, it makes tracking life so much easier. It's used by companies and dev teams for project tracking, but it's really simple lists of cards. I got my wife on board when we were planning our wedding, and she kept everything in her head. Now either of us can look at the board and catch up on what's going on. It's also a good workflow for keeping up with lots of stuff in flight auto. It's a digital version of using post-it notes on a wall, which is handy if you're, say, at the grocery store and need to pull up the grocery card. But I'm a huge nerd for documentation and planning. I swear I would go crazy by now trying to keep up with everything and forgetting important stuff like house repairs. It being free is fantastic. When Atlassian bought it, they limited it to 10 boards, but that's still more than plenty. You get pretty much all the features with the free version, limited to 1 integration, but most aren't useful for personal anyway. Tipsy. Best app to track how much tips you've made and helps you figure out how much money you're making in an entire month. I've been using it for years and it's completely free. Guitar Tuner. I can't live without it. Such a game changer. I remember being much younger fiddling with those tiny electronic tuners that were super easy to lose and had cell batteries which always needed replacement. It's easy to use and tells you how the traffic is. Google has started incorporating that data slowly over time and even allows traffic reports in navigation mode. Still not as good as WAS yet, but since Google owns WAS, they will probably be bringing more features to maps eventually. Guys, that is all for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. Tell us what your favorite story was, and if you also have a story, leave it in the comments.